Jordan, it's been a while.
Listen, this is not a book review. This is an impromptu plea. To be honest, I have thought about this so much for years in terms of telling people about it. But when I was growing up, pretty much all of high school, there was a YouTuber by the name of Jordan Underneath who made a variety of videos, from super artistic videos to music videos to just music itself, just tracks, to gaming videos, to videos about movies, a video on one book, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, and video games primarily, TV shows, Courage the Cowardly Dog. A few years back now, he kind of felt he was unhappy with his past of his videos because he felt it wasn't true to himself, because he was playing a character. It was an exaggerated version of himself. It was not even really him. So he deleted everything or unlisted it. Luckily, he brought it back unlisted. So you can, if you actively seek it out, you can go and find it. But his popularity from the internet, not that he was ever the biggest YouTuber on the planet, but plummeted after that. And I'm saying this because, he didn't really want people to talk about it. He's like, I'm leaving the videos up for you guys. I know a lot of you guys get upset with me for deleting them, so if you want to see them, you can still go see them, but I'm done. I'm not doing that. I'm not making any more. Please don't tell people. Please don't share it around. Just leave it. So I never made a video about it because I was trying to be respectful to his wishes. But at the same time, I recently watched a video by Damos Thinez. I'll leave a link in the description to his video talking about Jordan Underneath. And it's a better video than I'm going to make. It's going to encapsulate for you everything that this man did. But he was such a creative talent. And I know he's still doing stuff, but the lack of his internet presence is kind of dwindled that aspect. But whether you're in your 20s like me, maybe you're in your 30s and you're older, and even older than that, I don't care. If it's the right vibe for you, it's gonna be the right. If it's the right vibe, you're gonna love it. And I'm not gonna leave links, descriptions to videos. I do have I have a playlist on my channel. If you want to actively go search that out, I did that back in the day. I try to be respectful, but it's there somewhere. If you look around, you'll find it. But I don't have everything on there. You can go to his own channel, Jordan Underneath, and watch stuff. And there's multiple other people that have re-uploaded his content. Through dark times, and almost religiously every year, I will sit back and not all in one sitting, but I'll go and watch Jordan Underneath's content. I find it soothing. I find it peaceful. He had a vibe about him. His jokes may have been cringy. He was very silly. But there was always this atmosphere, this emotion, and this tone that came into every single video. I have not felt such palpable atmosphere outside of anything but film, television, and video games. And not even novels can accomplish this because they only have the written medium. They don't have music to accompany and all this other stuff unless you're getting an audiobook. Sure, most of his content was talking about video games. Specifically, a lot of horror games and whatnot. But it's the vibe that he brings to the table. It was the characters he created. And sure, maybe Jordan Underneath himself was a caricature of himself to a large degree. Maybe he doesn't represent the man himself that well. But that being said, when you're that talented and when you get that many people to sit there and listen to you yap, even if it's not really you, it's the same thing with actors. Every day they go out and they film their movie. No one thinks that Mark Hamill is actually Luke Skywalker in real life with a lightsaber. We all know he's playing a character. And I understand if he wanted to be more of himself on the platform, and that's fair, but he's also since not really done anything all these years. And it's sad. I wish people knew about him because it's the talent on display. You know, sure, I mean, multiple people make gaming content and gaming reviews, but there was something about Jordan that was unique to him and him alone that no one can take away, regardless of the character and how much of that was himself or not. What he provided was like he'll never watch this, but like I watch these every year. Like they provide me such comfort. And it's not just nostalgia, they're good videos. Honestly, the only other thing I think that brings me such comfort is Silent Hill 2 and Disintegration, specifically that album by The Cure. It's the only thing that does it for me. And then also reading like The Crow every year since I first read it now. I have to read it once a year. So, you know, I have a certain vibe. I don't dress it, I don't look it. I'm kind of goth. It sounds cringy to say that, like in terms of like, what do you mean? Like, I wouldn't say my attire is very goth. I wouldn't say that the stuff I'm into is like that, but I'm a closeted, you know, it's all in the heart, you know. And I really love, and it's not even just dark things. Like I'm not a big fan of a lot of horror movies. I find a lot of horror movies dull. But there's certain atmosphere that can be brought. Like again, Silent Hill does it expertly, at least the ones made, the first 4. And I'll give a soft spot personally to Downpour. But Silent Hill, The Cure, specifically with their darker songs. Though some of their lighter songs are bangers too, just like Heaven's phenomenal. And or even The Crow, which isn't a horror novel. It's kind of an anti-hero novel, you know, fighting bad guys, I suppose. It's not really about that, it's very personal. But I feel like from that alone, you kind of get a curation of kind of what I'm about. You know, I mean, I enjoy a wide variety of things. I love sci-fi. I love fantasy. That's what most of my channel is, right? I'm getting more into classical literature, but my heart and soul, a lot of that, if you watch enough Jordan Underneath videos, you kind of understand me, is what I'll say. But it's hard now because I can't just, you know, for so many years I didn't recommend it because I was trying to respect his wishes, but it seems like he's pretty much said and done with that, and he's moving on with his own things and living his life, and that's fine. And you're not obligated under any circumstance to make YouTube content. This is all to broadcast yourself. But it's sad because I feel like because he doubled down so much on feeling like he was being a caricature of himself and not actually being himself, that he discounted all the talent and whimsy and just there's a magical palpable feeling to his videos. I don't know how to describe it. You'd have to watch like a couple to kind of get it. And again, I won't leave links in the description. If you are persuaded at all by this rambling, you can go and find it yourself. It's out there. But like just go out and watch it. Like just the cat lady, Kurt's Kelly Dog, any of his Silent Hill videos, any of his Resident Evil videos. You kind of start to see, especially if you like video games, like I don't know how to express to you how it's unlike anything else on YouTube, in my opinion. I mean, I've found other channels, like Grimbeard's really cool. I really enjoy Grimbeard's dissection of video games and stuff, and he also has similar skits as well in terms of having like his robot demonic dog or whatever, and the bits that he'll do. And that feels a bit of the void, but he can never encapsulate what that man did, and I don't think he's trying to. But, and there's other videos out there mourning him, and I don't know, I saw this video, it reminded me how much I loved, like, I didn't plan on making this video. I literally, I saw the video, and I'm like, I wanna talk about it. I wanna talk about it, because he shaped my high school years. I'll be frank, like, anytime, if I was having a really good day, a Jordan video only made the day better. And if I was having a really, really shitty day, he still made it better. And then he disappeared. So, and I still watch it every year. I'll watch them in increments. It keeps me going when things get hard. And maybe it won't do the same for you. Maybe like, this is dumb, and move on. And that's okay. But I promise you, if you vibe, if you are anything like me, in any way slightly, you might just find your new favorite video. And I know he wouldn't want me telling new people to go and see it, but really, if you like video games, or even if you just like horror medium, because he has some fantastic surreal artistic videos that he was doing near the end of his channel's run that are also phenomenal. And then there's another channel, Jordan Go to Sleep, which he's also funnily enough slept on, but there's also he started to bring back gaming and then dropped it, but he also has some other stuff in it. Point being, Jordan Underneath or Jordan Go to Sleep or whatever else you find, he also did some videos with other YouTubers. Like, just if you have the time, maybe you're taking a dump, maybe you're eating some cereal, look him up, and you might just find a nice hidden gem. And if he deletes all of his content forever from all of us, plenty of people have re-uploaded the videos. So, you know, I appreciate and I understand and I empathize with his reasoning for what he had to do for his sake. But at the same time, I think we all deserve to see those videos. I understand it's not going to end world hunger. It's not going to make world peace or anything. But it is a light, a candle amongst the darkness. Funnily enough, as it's dark in the basement where he would do his videos, is he's in the dark void discussing all these topics. But regardless, he, in that darkness, was the candle, the light that kept the darkness from completely consuming us and giving us just a little reprieve in times of despair. And I hope he realizes that. I don't know if he does, but I know it's not just me. I know it's a lot of people. So anyway, I hope I just provided you one of your new favorite YouTubers. And at least with him, you know you'll eventually catch up. You won't have to worry about getting behind on uploads because he's not uploading. But if you really love him, then like me, you too can check back in every year and watch those videos. And if you're in middle school or high school, I really think they can help. He made a video on the Cat Lady. Just Cat Lady itself, expert, wonderful video game. If you have a PC, I recommend playing it along with Downfall and L'Oreal. It's a phenomenal game in of itself. It's a point and click. But Jordan made a video on it. And in that video, he also deals with depression and gives genuine advice that whether you're religious, not religious, or whatever, I think it can help you. I know so many people, myself included, where it's often hard to want to be here. And, you know, regardless of how much, you know, I know he talked about a lot of death and stuff when he said as a kid, but that was kind of an exaggeration. He didn't think about that all the time, whatever. Regardless of how fake the persona may have been, it wasn't fake what some of his advice and motivation did for the rest of us. So especially for middle school, high school, I think if you're struggling with that, with wanting to stick around, I genuinely think he could help you want to stick around a little bit more. Genuinely. And if you're like me, in your 20s, maybe you're in your 30s, maybe it won't help you because maybe you've lived life enough to kind of know, like, I have to stick around, even if it sucks. But it's a nice reminder that it doesn't, if you vibe with it, it can be a reminder that you don't have to just endure, but that just maybe you can actually enjoy this life. So, I'll leave it with that. Didn't mean to be poetic. I have no script. Didn't plan anything out for this video. I pressed record and started, just like good old YouTube back in the day. But I also figured, kind of a good time considering the vibe of his channel. October's coming around. Instead of watching the same horror movies you've watched 100 times, we've seen Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees chop off and off heads and boobs. How about instead you watch some master class and talent on the YouTube creative sphere that you can watch entirely for free without sitting through ads on the cable or going to your streaming service. You just go to YouTube, real quick and simple, and have a good few hours of quality, if not horror, then at least atmospheric content. Anyway, I hope he doesn't take offense at this. I say this all out of pure love, and I hope he's doing well, and that he continues to thrive and do well as we all can try and hope to do, until it is also our time to go. Time is the great defeater of us all. And I work with the elderly, so I think also for me, death is actually often on my mind. Last year, I lost quite a bit of residents, and it's like losing work grandparents for a lot of them. And then it's like, I'm 25, or I will be 25. Everybody always goes, well, you're young. You got your whole life ahead of you. That's what you always hear, right? You always hear that. But you don't know that. I can get hit by a car tomorrow. There's no guarantee. This could be the peak of my life right now. This could be it. Like, this could be the highlight. You just don't know. You don't know when your hour will come. So it's always there. And I can't waste time being miserable, which is easier said than done. But like I said, channels like this can be a reprieve. And I genuinely mean that. So, he may not be proud of what he left behind, but I think many of us that remember him are. And with that heartfelt tribute, I leave it up to you. To those who haven't seen him, if you choose to see him, if you like him, come back here. Please, please, please. Let me know what you thought. And if you've already watched him, same thing. You know, keep the memory of him alive. I mean, he's not dead. He's well. He's alive. But as for his content, it's not really happening. I think he's still making music and art. So you can go support that, but it's not online, or not on YouTube, I should say. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Happy Halloween. This is not uploaded on Halloween, but it's close to the October month, so. Anyway. If I was in another state, I'd say I'm gonna go to my basement, but I don't have one, so I'll go find some creepy place to hide and contemplate the meaning of existence. Until then, I'll see you in the next book review, since that's my shtick. Alright, bye-bye.